Scarlett Chandler, a 20-year-old baron's daughter, embarks on a journey to the capital under her father's orders, destined to marry Duke Samuel Huntington. The luxury of the Duke's house overwhelms her, and as she arrives, a mix of nerves and anticipation fills her. Samuel's guard informs him of Scarlett's presence, and after a brief introduction, Scarlett is surprised to find another woman, Joy, already there. As Samuel introduces Scarlett as his fiancée, Joy reveals herself as Joshua, but insists on being called Joy, the woman Samuel truly loves. Scarlett is caught off guard and inquires about Joy's role in Samuel's life. To her astonishment, Samuel admits that Joy is the one he loves. He outlines Scarlett's role, never to bother him and Joy and to act like a happily married couple in public. Days pass, and Scarlett finds herself in her dressing room, surrounded by maids discussing wedding details. One maid suggests a calming white dress, symbolizing tranquility and purity. Scarlett, though preoccupied with the upcoming wedding, expresses her need for an early night's sleep. In the quiet of her room, Scarlett struggles to sleep and decides to wander outside. She inadvertently overhears a conversation between Joy and Samuel. Samuel, callously emphasizing her role as a mere tool for getting pregnant, shatters Scarlett's illusions. Scarlett is heartbroken, realizing she's been sold into this union for her father's ambitions. Distraught and feeling deceived, Scarlett rushes back to her dressing room, where her pristine wedding gown stands. In a moment of emotional turmoil, she contemplates the expectations placed upon her. Recalling her father's teachings about obedience, Scarlett, determined to defy this fate, pulls out a knife and tears through the fabric of her wedding dress. Tears stream down her cheeks, as she rejects the lie she refuses to live. The ripped dress becomes a symbol of her rebellion against a marriage built on deception. The next day rolls around, and it's time for the much-anticipated wedding ceremony. The maids, all eager to get the bride, Scarlett, ready for her big day, catch sight of the wedding dress. But hold up, the dress is in tatters. Cue shock and awe. In strolls Samuel, the man of the hour, noticing the shredded dress. He's all puzzled, asking what on earth happened. The chief maid, though, isn't having it. She's fuming and points the finger at Joshua, claiming it's all her doing. Samuel, cool as a cucumber, dismisses her accusations, defending Joshua, his apparent lover. The chief maid fires back, practically accusing Samuel of turning a blind eye. Scarlett, not one to be left out, joins the heated discussion, backing up Samuel's stance. She throws in her 2 cents, warning that any scandal would tarnish the Duke's honor. Surprisingly, Samuel is pleased with Scarlett's support. She seizes the moment, telling him she deserves a reward for her loyalty. What does she want? Oh, just the liberty to have another man on the side. Samuel agrees, but with a catch: no pregnancies, no public messiness. He then turns his attention to the shredded dress, asking Scarlett what she plans to do. Quick-thinking Scarlett reveals she has a spare, just in case of a reception. Samuel wraps it up, commanding the maids to keep things hush-hush and ensure a happy day. As he strolls away, Scarlett smirks inwardly, thinking the wedding dress drama is just a detour in her grand plan. Fast forward, Scarlett's decked out in a stunning gown, turning heads with her newfound beauty. The junior maid gushes about Scarlett's body, but the chief maid ain't having it. Scarlett, unfazed, preps for the ceremony, stunning everyone as she walks by. The wedding is a blink-and-you'll-miss-it affair, and soon, Scarlett's back in her room with Nora helping her undress. But hold on, there's an impromptu reception because Prince Kingsley, an imperial family member, decides to drop in. Scarlett emerges hand in hand with Samuel, rocking a killer black slit dress that has tongues wagging. As they approach Prince Kingsley, disaster strikes. A lady drops her glass, and it shatters, showering Scarlett's legs with glass particles. She insists she can handle it and excuses herself. Blood dripping down her legs, she's about to kick off her shoes when a mysterious man appears out of nowhere. He grabs her hand, concerned. Who is this guy? She wonders as he bends down to examine her foot. Surprise, there are glass shards embedded. Before she can protest, he scoops her off her feet. Scarlett's mind races, questioning where this stranger got his superhuman strength. After he gently places her back on her feet, he crouches down, attempting to extract the glass shards. She winces in pain with each removal. Once done, he advises her to see a doctor despite the impromptu first aid. Curious, she queries him about his identity and the reason behind carrying first aid everywhere. He reveals himself as Edmund Lewis, a guard. Surprised, she questions if he's a knight, finding his face rather unconventional for one. He suggests escorting her to her room, but she declines, expressing concern about being seen with another man on her first day of marriage. Grateful for his help, she promises to repay his kindness. Meanwhile, back at the reception, Samuel is deep into drinks with his friend when Scarlett makes her entrance, apologizing for the delay. He proudly refers to her as his wife, getting up to hold her. However, he reveals he was about to head upstairs. Intrigued, she questions the haste, and he bluntly states that he can't wait any longer, emphasizing the need to fulfill their agreement. Excusing himself, they head out. Walking together, Scarlett recalls Samuel's previous night's declaration about her being merely a tool. She musters the courage to ask him about the importance of intimacy. Samuel asserts that if a married couple doesn't celebrate their first night, it would raise eyebrows. He labels it her duty, getting close and inquiring if it's her first time. Dismissing her answer, he comments on his frustration with country girls and heads upstairs, instructing her to join him in the new room when she's ready. In her room, Scarlett, contemplating her role as a pregnancy tool, pours herself a drink. The weight of feeling like a merchandise sold becomes too much, leading her to angrily shatter her glass. Distraught, she leaves her room, crying, expressing her unwillingness to accept her worth if this is the reality. Running downstairs, she collides with Lewis, tears streaming down her face. Concerned, Lewis asks about the problem, but Scarlett ushers him into a room, surprising him with an unexpected kiss. She confesses her need for him, clothes already on the floor. Bewildered, Lewis calls her name, but she pleads for silence, grabbing him and begging for his help once more. After their unexpected encounter, Scarlett, now composed, thanks Lewis for keeping numb about the incident. Meanwhile, in Samuel's room, Scarlett arrives, but he scolds her for being late. Undressing, Scarlett, with a hint of determination, aims to fulfill her role, hoping to conceive a child for Samuel. However, he interrupts, claiming tiredness and a desire for excitement. In a shocking twist, he grabs a bird and strangles it, declaring it enough excitement for the night. He instructs her to stay in the bridal bed until morning, planning to visit Joshua. Once Samuel leaves, Scarlett breathes a sigh of relief, finally able to rest on the bed. Days later, she meets her father, who bluntly inquires about her first night duties. She reassures him, but is taken aback when he casually mentions Samuel having mistresses. He explains that he introduced Samuel to maids, including her, emphasizing Samuel's satisfaction with their help. Disturbed, Scarlett questions her father's decision to give her away despite knowing about Samuel. When she asks about love, her father dismisses it, insisting on her repaying the debt of being fed and housed. He cryptically mentions contacting her soon. Back at her residence, Scarlett confronts Lorenzo, the house butler, about the Chandler family's involvement. Believing them to be informants, she instructs him to fire them all. Walking to her room, Scarlett vows never to believe in empty promises, be used, or sold for trivial reasons. She resolves never to trust or fall in love again, determined not to become weak. The scene shifts to a room where Edmund Lewis enters. The man drinking addresses him, noting Lewis's puzzled expression. Apologizing, Lewis refers to the man as the Archduke. The man reminds Lewis of his task to get close to Huntington's new wife to unveil his true intentions. Lewis, in silence, reflects on the unexpected encounter with Scarlett. In the intricate dance of alliances and secrets, Scarlett navigates a world where trust seems elusive, and Lewis finds himself entangled in a mission that may lead to unexpected consequences. A few days later, Samuel barges into Scarlett's room, inquiring if she fired all of Joshua's maids. Scarlett calmly explains that her father knows about Joshua, and those maids were actually informants for him. Despite the familial connection, she now prioritizes the security of the Duke's residence. Impressed, Samuel praises Scarlett's wisdom, and he shares that at the upcoming imperial ball, they need to appear deeply in love. Confirming her commitment, Scarlett assures him she's up to the task. Later that evening, at the ball, they put on a united front, holding hands and graciously accepting congratulations. Suddenly, a voice calls out Samuel's name, and he instinctively pulls Scarlett closer. It's none other than His Highness, the Archduke. Formal introductions follow, and Scarlett is greeted with compliments on her beauty. Samuel teases the Archduke, who laughs it off and suggests a dance with Scarlett. As they dance, Scarlett can't help but wonder why Samuel seems distant around the Archduke, considering their long-standing friendship. During their dance, the Archduke inquires about the city, and as they converse, the announcement of the Emperor's arrival creates a buzz. People speculate whether it's due to the Archduke's presence. The Archduke hints at wanting to hear Scarlett's thoughts later, and advises her to leave a message with his escort, who turns out to be none other than Lewis. Shocked, Scarlett learns that Lewis will be waiting for her. Seeking solace on the balcony, Scarlett reassures herself that her encounter with Lewis was just a one-time thing, and he means nothing to her. She shifts her focus to uncovering her husband's secrets and weaknesses, believing it's essential for her independence. Lewis interrupts her thoughts, and she confronts him aggressively. Lewis, concerned, explains he came to check on her. Grateful for his assistance, Scarlett assures him she'll repay the favor soon. When Lewis attempts to dismiss the need for repayment, Scarlett playfully insinuates his expectations from their previous encounter. Turning serious, she tells Lewis that while she enjoyed their previous time together, she doesn't appreciate men who fall too easily. She requests him to convey to the Archduke that she wishes to meet privately, in absence of her husband. Lewis, seemingly saddened, agrees, reflecting on the night they shared. In the carriage, Samuel questions Scarlett about her conversation with Archduke Kingsley. Scarlett quickly deflects, mentioning a canal visit with her father. Samuel presses for assurance that she didn't spill unnecessary details, emphasizing the need to stay in her lane. Scarlett, undeterred, wonders why Samuel is keeping Joshua a secret from his close friend Kingsley. Samuel warns her not to overstep, and Scarlett, realizing the need for caution, apologizes. She's determined to uncover why Samuel is hiding Joshua, intending to use it against him. Upon reaching the house, a commotion greets them. Samuel inquires with the maidservants, and Joshua rushes out, yelling Samuel's name. Miss Moore interjects, accusing Joshua of having ill intentions toward Scarlett. Joshua counters, claiming Scarlett framed her maidservants out of jealousy. Scarlett, caught in the middle, who denies all accusations. Samuel intervenes, scolding Scarlett for leaving the annex without permission. He decrees a 3-day punishment of confinement to the annex. Joshua leaves in tears, leaving Scarlett puzzled about Samuel's strange attitude toward Joshua, especially since they are supposed lovers. Samuel apologizes for Joshua's behavior, praises Scarlett's intelligence, and appoints her in charge of the mansion with Miss Moore assisting. Later in the office room, Scarlett questions Miss Moore about the documents handled by the Duke's wife. Miss Moore, smiling, confirms Scarlett's role, but expresses relief that Samuel didn't marry someone like Joshua. Curious about Joshua's background, Scarlett learns she is the illegitimate daughter of a peasant girl, an orphan since the age of 6. The Duke, unable to be apart from her, brought her to the mansion. Scarlett wonders why Samuel hides Joshua's origins. She asks about Joshua's age, and Miss Moore reveals she's 20, the same as Scarlett. Scarlett, intrigued, decides she wants to see Joshua. In Joshua's room, Scarlett finds her playing with dolls on the floor. Joshua, thinking it's Samuel, is disappointed to see Scarlett. She cries, expressing her belief that Sam loves her more and their marriage is meaningless. Scarlett, feeling pity, thinks Joshua isn't her enemy but a victim. She suggests Joshua could leave the annex since Scarlett is now in charge. Scarlett contemplates the possibility of unraveling the truth with Joshua's unwitting assistance, realizing that perhaps they can work together to uncover the hidden truths. Exciting times ahead. If you're eager for a part 2, drop your favorite character's name in the comments. Your engagement lets us gauge the interest for the next installment. And hey, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Until next time, take care and bye for now.